Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you.
Let's start the session for today. Some part of the theoretical and some part we will go practically into the system. Going back into the Excel, we have one feature that is importing data we already discussed earlier. Just a recap, that is import foundation data. We have two types of import modes, that is full purge and incremental. The purpose of full purge is being elaborated that the system will. If you are going with full purge, if already the say another record is there in the system, the import will replace or delete the existing record with the data which is there in the import file. If that is the scenario, then we will go and choose full purge. Incremental, always give us an historical data. System will add the data in the import file to what already exists and the old record will be also there. Whenever we are going with import action, make sure there will be two options, full purge and incremental. What option we need to choose? According to that, we need to choose those options. The purpose is already mentioned here, full purge and incremental. Coming into employee record management. Employee record management is divided into two parts. Divided into three parts, that is maintaining employee data, mass change and terminate an employee. That is maintaining the employee data mass change and terminate an employee. Maintaining the employee data, the first one when I go further, under maintaining an employee data, we have certain administrative record management. Administrative record management is nothing but the administrative tools which is used in the employee profile. When you open an employee profile, you can see the administrative tools are there and those administrative tools are divided into. Administrative tools are divided into pencil icon. That is an edit. Then we have edit, edit from history, edit from history. When we go into an employee profile and in the employee profile, when we go and see, there are certain administrative tools are there. Those administrative tools are coming under the administrative record management. With the help of these administrative tools, we can able to maintain the employee data in the employee profile. What are these administrative tools? We have the pencil icon where it specifies the edit option. Then we have a plot icon which shows the edit from history. When I go into employee profile, in the employee profile in the portlet, you can see these icons. You can see. These icons act as an administrative tool which help us for the administrative record management. How to maintain the employee data in the profile. For that we are using these tools. That only I just elaborated here. That is a pencil icon. Pencil icon specifies only the edit option. When you go here, when you click on here, we only have the edit option. When I take some date here, we have the edit option. Edit means what? It will just overwrite it. Correct? It will just overwrite the existing one. That is the edit option. Also, we have a clock icon. Clock icon means what? Edit with history. That only it is showing with edit from history. What is the edit pencil icon? It adds the new information. Here it is written by wrongly overwriting the existing data. It does not require the event reason. When you are overwriting it, the event reason is not required. It will trigger a workflow. Same thing if I go back here. Here this one. If I go here and if I specify a date here, and here if I am changing this, it will overwrite it. Or if I am changing the preferred name, it will overwrite it. And when I click on the same, it is the edit option. Edit with history means what? This one. Edit with history. In this edit with history also, you have an edit option. When you click on edit from history, then here it will take us. And actually it is the correct method always to go from edit from history rather going from the pencil icon. But if you are doing some testing and you want to have various scenarios for the testing purpose, for creating the test cases. One scenario, you can go and do the testing from this one. That is from the edit from history. Another scenario you can see insert new record. Insert new record specifies that old record will be there and you will be having a new record. When you are clicking on insert new record, you will be again specifying the date here. And we will be going with a new record. And another option is that from the action. But from the action, only the job and comp, only it will work for the job and comp portlet. Otherwise, for the other portlets, we will be always going from the edit history. Or else you can able to. If you are doing some changes, you can perform from this one. What you call import files. That is import employee data. We have seen import employee data. We have various files are there. When I go back into my Excel, edit from history, and insert new record, if you go and see here, it is used to correct the error in the existing record and override the previous information. It does not require any event reason, and when you are going and doing edit from history, it will not trigger the workflow. It will not trigger the workflow. Whenever we are doing a testing as a consultant, we always go from the edit from history because we do not want the workflow to trigger. We avoid that action to happen. To make the testing more easy, but in a real time when the end user will perform some activity, they have to route to the workflow if the workflow is there. What is the workflow in the coming sessions or by end of this session? I will also give an overview. That is one thing. Insert new record. Add new information without overriding existing record. We are adding some new information. Requires the event and event reason. It will not trigger a workflow. Requires an event and event reason. When we went here, actually that option is not enabled. That is the reason it is not showing you the event and event reason. Otherwise, when you go with the history and when you go with the insert new record, generally here the option should come. Here the option is not coming. Actually, here the two options will come, event and event reason, and that is controlled from the provisioning system. If the options are not showing here, it indicates that that is not enabled from the provisioning. That is the reason those options are not coming. But in a real time, when you go with the insert new record, it specifies the event and event reason. And in that case, it will not trigger a workflow. This basic information we should know because some support ticket always come in this way. That when the end user is trying to perform something from the edit history, it is giving it. There is some data inconsistency which will be showing. And when they are doing from insert new record, some other data inconsistency will be showing. Why it is showing? Because we should know there are certain standard behavior of that particular feature. When you go with a pencil icon, that is the some standard feature is there. When you are going with edit from history, that is the standard feature is there. Insert new fields. Record the standard feature. It is always has a limitation. When customer and user sees, they will see some changes and they will see why it is happening. And they will raise a ticket that we should investigate and we should analyze and share the issue. What is the issue which is there? If this is not an issue, but this is an expected behavior of that particular application. We also came across in the support ticket. We also came across from the customer that when the customer was trying to edit some portlet, it was showing something. And when it, while doing some insert new record, the data was showing something different. Why it is happening? When we try to investigate, we've seen that this is the standard behavior of this IP for that particular functionality. That is one thing. Then coming into managed master, we have a tool that is called as a managed master. The purpose of managed master is it allows administrator to change the job information or job relation of multiple employees at a time. Generally what happens? Whenever you want to, whenever as an admin, if as an admin, from a company side or admin from a consultant side, if we want to make some changes for 100 employee, for the job information or job relation at a time. For which areas for job information or job relation? For multiple employees at a time. Then we go with manage master. When I go into job information, if you want to see, you can see here. If you can see the job information, whatever the fields are there, right? In the job information, if any of these fields are getting where, values are getting changed. Or if you want to change the values for bulk employees or multiple employees, then we use managed master. Similarly, if you want to go and change something for job relation, manage master change tool is applicable to job information and job relation. When you go into job information, you have all these fields are there, right? Job type, pay grade, standard working hours, employee class, all these are the fields. If you take one field and if you see the pay grade of 100 employees has to be changed at a time, you cannot go and do the changes one to one, right? You have to create it in a file and you have to affirm. Manage master change will help us to perform that activity for bulk employees. The configuration tool which we are using is manage master. maybe 4. This I don't for. As this account, I don't have the right for performing manage master change. What I will do? I will first of all proxy to SF admin. There will be some SF admin will be there. You can see SF admin. I will proxy to this account. And after that, after proxying tools, now I am into SF admin account. Now I will go to manage master. For example, I will take a scenario. Let me see the history here. Let me take a scenario here. I'm deleting this record. Let's take a scenario that for this particular field standard weekly hours. We have this 40 hours for a set of employees and we have increased the hours from 40 to 45 and it has to be changed automatically to all employees. How do we perform? For performing that, we should have a vertical tool that is called as a manage master. What I will do, I will go to manage master. You can create new. Once I click on create new, then I have to specify the mass change name. Here I am changing the standard weekly hours. Let me specify a name here. I will change for standard weekly hours. And I can specify. I am going to go to the community department. Like this, you can have a country. You can able to add the member. Once the member is being added here, where can we create? I mean, this create button will navigate to the page. Yes, 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 yes. See, you can see here the create option is there. right? Suppose if I'm just going and clicking on this, you can see create option is there. You can click on here. It will just specify the group name and according to the cavities categories. You can filter this one employees. And once you click on the update, the number of 100 employees or 200 employees. According to that, you will be there in the list and that we will be selecting here. Automatically, once it is created, it will be showing in the list here below list. How I have created the training purpose. You can see I have created this. It is already showing. And in this, how many employees are there? And those employees, we need to have a change in the field. What is the effective date for that change that we need to specify? Let's take the effective date is something. 3rd of April. And mass change, what is the area? I told you two areas are the job information and job relation, correct? Let's take job information. And the field name. What is the field name? It is there. What is the field name? Standard VTA was right. What is the value which we are changing? Right? And when you are performing some action, that action offers an event and every event will be having some event reason. What is the event reason here? Event to fall event reason is also a foundation object. Whatever event reason we have created. In manage object based structure, that event return will be populating here. But when you are performing some action, you have to take some relevant event reason, standard weekly hours. What is happening? Hours change or something, is there right? Standard hours change. This is the event reason, correct? If I want to show you the same thing here, I will duplicate the screen. If I am going with event reason, you can see standard hours change. This is already created. That is the reason we are choosing. This event and event reason is also another topic in the next session. We will be covering up this topic. This event is in which is being configured here that only it is populating. The change of the name. What are the number of employees in the group? What is the effective date? What are the area? What is the under that area? What is the field name? What is the new value? What is the event, reason, everything you will. And click on save and initiate. You can see here, it is being initiated. Well, let me refresh it once. It is showing started. It is showing completed with errors. Completed with errors. Let me open it. Let me try to. It's it out. Event reason is not a constraint. What we need to do? I will tell you because I will go to. Why event isn't it? It is not configured for that particular country what it is saying. What we need to do? We have to go to manage data. And we need to select country. I. What is the event reason? And the standard. Here we need to add it. After adding this is being done, I think. Standard hours for India. Now again just refresh it. I will do. Because it is going for one employee, because in that group only one employee. Now I think it is completed. Let me see. When I go here and let me see. When you click on this, you can see here the log. Shown. True. Successfully change. You will be in this one. What are the number of 20 employees? That the list will be coming in the 20 employees. It is showing us a complete the date. Everything will be showing here. And we also have a download log also. Here also we can see who has initiated it. when it has been initiated. What was the group? How many members were there in the group? And then this to the members will be there. Now if we want to go and see in the employee profile, if it is updated or not, just go and refresh the page once. And we can see if it is updated or not. Let me go to job information. You can see it has been changed. And if I go to the history, we can see the date also. April. Who has changed it? That also log, it will be coming. It inserts a new record in this history. If 20 members are there, if it is updated or not. Randomly, you can take couple of users and test it in the development or in the preview system, where you have performed this action. Here you can see this has been performed successfully. That is done. This is used for either for job information or job relation. Whenever we want to work, if any of these in the job information, any of the field value, customer want to plan for the change for the bulk employees, we will be going and using mass change. Now the another topic is how to terminate an employee. Terminating an employee. Do you have any use of? You have created something. Add the employee functionality. Let me see. Let me see. If I can do the employees. All else, I need to hire one employee. Let me go and see. Let me see if I can get some other. Let me go. Add the employee. Because I want to show you the employee, I need to have one inactive employee. Let's take some. This is something. And I'm using one. Complete. And even reason I'm using, now you have standard template and click on continue. I think this we have already done earlier. I will go. Can you search some? I think you have created examples. Let me do this one. We created this. Let's check for motion. What I will do, I will use this for terminating and as well as removing the data. Now we can see all the data there. Once you perform, the termination means once you inactive an employee will be inactive, but the data will be there in the directory. Sometimes customer comes and says that I want what you call totally remove or delete the data permanently for the inactive. We have a concept called data retention management, which is called as an employee. This data retention management tool is used for inactive employees. For that employee should be inactive, then only we can perform that. With the help of that tool, how you will perform it? That is the thing I was looking up. For some users, we can use this. First of all, I will terminate this employee. Will perform termination. And let me take the termination date. Something I will take as 10. It is showing normal retirement and normal retirement. I think I'm good enough to say there may be a workflow. Let's see. Then it's a workflow which I am seeing here. This is the approval. I will copy this and I am just submitting. This one. This is the request. This is the request because approval request has been sent to this worker. And we can see it here. The request would have came. I can click on you on. You can see. Normal retirement. Approve request or screen. I will go and approve it. Once I have approved it, I will become sent. Once I will become sent, I will go back to my previous screen and I will just refresh it. You can see this user become inactive. Now if I try to search here also, it should not click. It is not showing. Only it will show the active employees, not the active employees. But where we can see the inactive employees, your employee directory. In the employee directory, click on Advanced Search. Go and mention Santosh. And include inactive and search for it. We can see the user, we can see here in the employee directory. Now this user is inactive because why I shown in this way? That because when you search here, inactive employee list will not show where we can see. We can see into your employee directory. Got it. Now the employee is active. Now we want to perform this one vertical. Employee first, that is with the help of a data retention management. All the employees active, inactive, but the data is there. We want to remove the data from the directory permanently. How we will use it? For that we have the tool that is called as a data retention management. What I will do? I will go here and I will go to the tension. Can you see that attention? I will keep on that attention management. And now I have to click on create new purge. We will click on create new project first. And here you can select purge inactive user. Select a single user. What was the username? Some tools, right? Then scroll down. You can see two checkboxes. Are they right? Which is already enabled. Just try to disable it. These two checkboxes. Just click on here. It will just click on here over this. It will inactive. Visit. What you need to do, go to add approval. And you need to add the approval. Who will need to approve it? For me, in this account it seems that the approval is not. That access is not there. Again I will go to SF editing. Let me see. If I can perform it from the SF editing. What I will do? I will keep two things. One is SF editing. And I will also keep showing it one more. Let me see if any of it is getting working on. I cannot able to keep on myself because I am routing from my account. Any other account who has the access and click on the launch immediately. Now, a request has been submitted and the email notification will be sent to the approval. Now, this was the first step, that is data retention management. Second step is purge request monitor. But purge request monitor who has to perform? The approval has to perform. The purge request monitor. How the approval will perform the purge request monitor? For that I need to proxy to the approval. Who is any one approval? Let me see if they have received or not. Sometimes in the demo system, this inconsistency will be there. But we will see. I proxy to the SF editing. And what is the second tool, purge request monitor? First monitor. First, what was the first tool? Data retention management. Now, when I went into the purge request monitor, I have to see the option. Under request pending approval, you can see the approval request has came. The button is enabled. This button should be active. Approve. You can click on approve here. Where can you see the details? Where can you see the details? I mean, like it is for Santosh. I mean, we don't see anything here. Yes, I will show you. Once it is approved, you can go here in the purge progress results. Let me refresh it once. Just give me a moment. Can you see the Excel? You are unable to see the CSV file. I can see the user ID in. Just a minute. I will try another one. You can see some. Can you see some? To B, it is showing here. When you open the zip file, once approval is being done, you can see here the name and the employee data will be there. User ID will be there. That only I was opening that zip file one to one. It is showing there or not. Here you can see Santosh command. Once it is done, if you see, some nomination object type, it is done here. What we need to do? Go back into the system. Here it is already showing this up to. What we can do? We can go back here and just try to refresh this page once. Notice not done yet. Just give me a moment. Open a little bit. Here the purge progress should come. Here the date is not coming. Just give me a moment. We have put two requests. We have put two approvals. One approval is already done. We have to do the remaining approval also. Here also. You can see this is approved. Now it has to vanish from here. It is vanished. Now you can see this process in. Because we have put two approvals and we have approved one only, Second approval was still pending. It is showing processing purge. Again, you go here, completed, right? Once it is completed, you can download the report. The same thing it will be showing again, but after this, once it is been done. Here in the purge request, it has been completed. When you go here, and now you refresh this page, and we can see the changes will be effective here. You can see the data. Everything has been removed from here. You can see below also the data. Everything has been removed from here. Permanently deleted from each area. Can you see here? Biographic, nationality, recontact information. Earlier the data was there. When you can see all data has been removed from here. Nothing is there. This is the way how you can do the employee purge. With the help of the tool that is called as a data retention management. This type of a support ticket we used to get. What type of a scenario we can able to get this requirement? Sometimes what happens? Your customer, they have done some recruitments from the campus placements, right? And they have offered it, and in the RCM module, they have created the candidate profile. And from there, the profile will be moving into onboarding, and from onboarding, the profile will be going and sitting in the Employee Central. The HR will pick the data from the Employee Central when the candidate joins the company. And they don't have to create the profile because the profile is already created from the RCM from the recruitment stage. But for example, assuming that the candidate 15 days before the candidates has declined that offer, the candidate is not joining. Customer says customer come to know that the candidate is not joining. Then they will inform to us this candidate. We have created a profile in the system. He is kindly inactivate this profile and kindly do the employee purge for this candidate, that there should not be any data in the directory for this type of a scenario. We use this employee purge for which we are using the tool that is called as a data retention manager. This is something which is a real-time work which generally comes as a support ticket. How to use this that I just show you practically. Any questions as on today? Can you just show me once more the termination? The way you went. Can you just show me this? Let me take any other user. I won't perform it, but I will show you the path. Here I'm taking a user. And from that actions. From the action, I have this option. I will keep on terminate. And here I can able to select a date here. Always don't take a future date, always take a back day. If you take a future date, at date, your action will be still in pending because that date has not reached. and select the event region. If you want to have a more event region, again I told you from the country region, you can add those event regions there. It will start populating. And then click on Save. It may be having the workflow. How many members are there in the workflow? You can take a proxy of it, and in the home page you can see the notification would have received in the home page where we can initiate the workflow. And one of the workflow is submitted successfully, then here the status will change to inactive. And keep the screen like this only and create a duplicate screen and from your employee directly. Also, you can see, you can search for that employee for the inactive employees. And then you can go for the data retention management. What is the process which I told you? Administrative tool. We have completed input type. We have completed. Then we completed with the manage mass change also we have completed. And employee purge we have completed in the today's session. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.